Ba-dum-ba-bum-bum-ba-dum. I promised it. I said it would happen. It's happening. We are penitent once more. We are he who... the penitent one. Yay! Been a while I'm waiting for this, actually. But, yeah, it's here. It's released today. Pre-ordered it a while ago. And it's here. It's available. And we shall now be the... go forth into this world once more. And I don't know the storyline for this. In the heart of everything takes root solidarity. Footprints without companions are left behind, like in water or an ocean's depths. I probably read that wrong.
The eternal dawn of our penances heralds its imminent end.
Oh, cinematic.
Each was born to put an end to the other. Now both await. But while yours slumbers, mine remains vigilant.
Ooh.
May the miracle bear witness to this oath. By which I remain here for our long-awaited meeting. Wounded by the silence of this secluded existence.
Did I just see his face?
And then, as the city of the blessed name rose up, borne on the shoulders of 3 mighty statues, the resounding beat of a great heart could be heard emanating from the clouds, thundering like the knell of an unseen church bell, raised higher than any other, enchanting us all to lift our gaze aloft in an ascetic call to prayer. For the miracle was about to give birth to a child.
Well, that's a monk dude. That looks like us. We don't talk much. I dare say we're a very silent protagonist. But I like the dude. They'll describe him before. What if I just went back to the bed? Ooh. Bioflask. That ain't changed. Nope. Also that arm. Oh, what is that? What's for the statues? Okay, so we've got 3 different weapon types. This one seems interesting. Yeah, I'll do. Real the miracle. Ah, parry. Thou hast chosen thine companion on this pilgrimage. Well, the miracle knows what thou shalt meet again in the presence of her 2 sisters. Ah, shall meet again in the presence of her 2 sisters. Yeah, we're going to confirm. We're going with the double sword thing. Oh, they broke. It looks like I chose that one. Whoa. I don't know what's happening. I'm going back to bed. Can I just go back to bed now, please? No. Dog. I got a file flask. I ain't got much for anything, to be honest. I have stabby stabs. Hey, is that? It's going to tell me the Xbox controls letters. Nope, I can't do any downward thing, so I still do the grabbing ledge sign. I can't. Ow. That didn't hurt me, but yeah, you definitely can't get up there. Right, do we have buttons? We do have buttons. We're the penitent ones. Ooh, they've changed their looks, Phil. We literally have 2 pages right now. Again, like its predecessor, it will probably come with updates and things and slowly expand and grow in size until it's a behemoth of a creature. That's all the same, so that's fine. But excellent. Resting before a prior deer will restore your health and flasks. It is the only way to save your progress. Upon dying, you will reappear at the last pre-deer you visited, and all the progress you have made since that point will be lost. Kneel before one whenever you can. We got hit like last time when I bossed immediately we came out of these old places. I don't intend. Ooh. Well, that was uncalled for. Oh, ouch, yeah. We are losing. Oh, we are losing horribly. I can't. That's not happening. Ow. I'm not gonna lose. I may be losing. I'm banging out the long range attack. I died the first boss. Exploramus excommunicus. Well, that was a bit of a thing. First boss. First enemy. No, forget first boss. That was first enemy. Okay? That was first enemy, not just first boss. Upon dying, a guilt fragment remains anchored to the world. The level of guilt rises, reducing the gain of favour and your defence, but increasing tears of atonement and the martyrdom points gained. Collect guilt fragments to partially recover, or find someone who can erase your burden, ease your burden. So you get more martyrdom points and everything else, but you lose less, you can't do as much further. I can parry your attack. Oh, what? Okay. Nope. Nope, she has an unblockable attack. You do that, I'm gonna keep beating up over here. Rinse and repeat. Another of execution. No. Skoosh. Requiem Atriana. Chisel of Oblivion. Oh. Cutscene. One marks of martyrdom. Okay. I got a mark of martyrdom. Can I do anything with this? No. Biomass myself, could I got some points. That's changed. That's actually a good design first enemy. That I can parry with her. But this place looks a little barren. Oh! Well, you look much nicer than the last person. Well, yep, with a giant hand underneath you.
Penitent one, returned from the tomb, and walking among the mourners. Your awakening is now written on the eternal pages.
You look nicer than the last guy. I'm sorry, what? The last guy? Wait, why are you talking to me? Oh no, this is a monologue inside your head. It doesn't count. Are you sure? I can see your lips moving. They do that on their own. But yeah, he didn't look so hot. You look better.
Annunciada is my name.
Hello, Annunciada.
And I hail from the heavenly
That's...
mountains on high, the seat and the beginning of all that is holy, so that I may address you.
Good for you.
Look upon me thus as a preceptor in this enterprise, hailing from the highest of all seats.
And your set in a hand.
Penitent one, the miracle shall give birth to a new child in a great heart descended from the clouds that watches over the ancient city of the blessed name from on high.
It is on someone's with 3 statues.
You must reach it to stop its birth.
Ah, this is like some... Ah, right, so this is something that's fighting against the miracle.
But on this ascending path of penitence, the arch-confraternity awaits you. Those penitents that the miracle itself took as its sentinels now await your arrival.
Could you give me a machine gun? That hasn't been invented yet. I'll accept a trebuchet. Those have been invented, but we don't have any. Okay. An army? No. A gloved hand? I've got one, you can't have it. Done.
Orospina, the Confraternity of Embroiderers. Benedicta of the Confraternity of Endless Orison. Odon of the Confraternity of Salt.
He looks nasty.
Lesmes of the Confraternity of Incorruptible Flesh. All under the dictate of the oldest penitent, the first among them all, who was Eviterno, father of the penitents.
Okay.
Penitent one, the miracle has instilled 3 regrets in the consciences of 3 of its guardians.
I'm gonna say there's a lot more than just three bosses in last game.
Only by revealing them shall you achieve the humiliation of the sculpted figures that hold up the city, allowing you to ascend to its upper reaches, and finally to the Great Heart.
So I need 3 keys for the elevator. Pretty much.
Look for the Guardians.
Do you know where they are? No. Oh wait, no, I'm probably on the map for you. Just gonna put them on here. Could you have given me a full map? No. Sacred Crown of Towers. And the Palace of the Embroiderers. Right, so looking at the first 3 she said.
Only by revealing the regrets guarded by the 3 Guardians can you ascend to its upper reaches, and at last hasten towards the Great Heart.
Which is part 2. Thank you, Lady Unglove. Oh, you teleport away. Well, you've one up the other guy. He didn't teleport, he just like sat there. Don't know how long for, but he sat there. Ravine of the High Stones. I am healing. Hey! Sacramento and Salenta. Centella. Oh, there we go. Sacramento and Centella are the fastest weapons in your arsenal, forged with the intention of being wielded by experts from schools of oh god, I'm gonna murder his name. Verdaderia and Destreza, whose swift and accurate thrusts blend the defensive mastery. Adherence to the teachings of this school can transport the wielder into ecstasy, empowering their thrusts. Sacred Thrust. Right trigger and X. Buddy. Abby. And right trigger. Right, that's X. Come on. Ow. Ow. Okay, I haven't got the ability to counter thrust. Wow, you've got a good grip. The auto grip on this one's way better than the last one. Yeah. Why don't I learn how to do oh, you know. Not like you guys. Hello. I healed myself for no reason. Oh, into that one. So let's see. Ah, there we go. Yeah, there's probably parts in here I couldn't see, and there's wow, that one's right there apparently. Well, I have no idea how. Ooh, hello. It's an orb. He literally drags that whip on his back. Mine. Yay. I can't do anything with this, I haven't got the skill. Let's see, there we go. Prayers and fervours. Attacking and executing enemies fulfills your fervour bar, which enables you to perform varied and powerful prayers. You can equip them in your inventory. Verse, press to recite the quick prayer. Chants combine to invoke powerful prayers. Oh wow. Stuff. Okay. I don't have any quick verses. I got a powerful one though. I got a chant. So I press down and circle and I do a powerful chant. So they have got this just regular circle, which is a quick prayer. Handy. Let's see, law. How do I get the law? Chant. Okay. Chant to the friendly flame that naught could extinguish. Heavy clods of soil covered it, and deprived it of shadow. It now sleeps in response. In repose. Oh, response. Learn to read, Demonox. Oh wow, that's... Hey, whooping them. I am way faster than they are. What is with the floor? Nope, thank you for that. I can drop down. It's made of bodies. Hiya! I got a cherub. I don't know what they're for, but I got one. I've been doing that, which is that. You can also press them together at the same time to make them do a quick double stab. I got grand. Need 2 grand now. I am going further and further away from that, but I can't go through. Did they respawn when I go back through? No. I don't think. Yeah, I can't go any lower that way because I can't get through there. I don't know how to get through there. So we're not doing that top boss right now, we've got to figure out how to get into the thing. And I like to find the blood stains on the ground. Sure there's combat's been through here. Oh, what are you? Please tell me there's a beastry in this one. What is that? Oh, a mark of martyrdom, maybe? That looks like a town. Have I met my town hub? City of the Blessed Name. Oh, I can't climb. I need to learn how to climb. Okay, come down. Sorry, I chased the birds away. I will pay for you later. Wow, there's like all sorts of... Let's go to the town edge first. Okay. I don't know how much the town is. I'm gonna go build. I like that. I put the weapons away. Hello.
Welcome to my most humble of workshops,
Hello.
which is a flurry of sawdust, glue, and varnish. Montagnez is my name. Master sculptor.
Greeting, Montagnez.
One of those who, with steady hand and silver chisel, patiently carve out from the wood the faithful shapes of our true saints, so that they might be contemplated and revered by the devout.
Okay.
No trace of light remains in my glassy eyes, yet still I know what thou seekest and needest. For are we not all penitents on this earth, in some way?
I was dead, technically.
The miracle proclaimed that, as my profession was that of a master sculptor, I should carve in wood the figure of the most blessed lady as my last work of art.
Okay.
Penitent one, I beg you, help me in this, my final piece of work. Seek out for me the finest chisels and tools, the most wondrous of pigments, and the most delicate of varnishes.
Right, so fetch your 4 items.
And I can sculpt for thee figures that will fit into the altarpiece you carry on your back.
Really?
Like this very one I offer to thee here.
I have an altar on my back.
Please accept this as a gesture of my unending gratitude.
You acquired the traitor.
It is but the first piece of many more I shall carve for you.
Okay.
Now I shall place it upon the altarpiece upon your back, and you will feel its grace, but also its burden.
I have an altarpiece on my back.
The hands of the miracle will guide me in the carving in accordance with the memory you bring me.
Oh.
May they guide thee as they guide me, penitent one.
Okay, altarpieces and of favors. Visit the sculptor's workshop whenever you want to equip figures in your altarpiece of favors. Each figure confers powerful benefits onto the penitent one, and can react in mysterious ways when placed next to others. In the altarpiece, you can increase the number of slots in your altarpiece of favors in exchange for marks of martyrdom. Okay. I don't know why I have this on my back. Actually, physical damage inflicted. What's your law? I hunch in the dark, and my fingers fight to hold the dagger. It writhes in my most moist palm, like a living being wanting to escape my grasp. As if the weapon wanted no part in such a terrible crime, such an atrocious betrayal. The instructions were clear. It's him or me. So I wait, and will do so for as long as is needed, joined by these regrets and silence as my accomplice, until he crosses, unknowing, the threshold of this door. It's him or me. Right, so that's punched up the weapons damage. No resonance though. I have no item to give, and I have no item to give. No, not right now.
May the hands of the miracle guide thee, penitent one.
I'm sure they will. Preferably not into killing them. Which they may just well do. Well, I found a place. Not only the hospital I find. Alright, let's see what's in this room. We haven't found a shop or anywhere to spend money, so... It's a very small town. That's a big gap. I tried something. Okay. I don't know what this is, but I'm not going down there, so I can't get back up. That's a very long dress you've got.
This heavy curtain that separates sin and confession, crime and judgment, conceals naught but shadows. Here,
That's so.
in my darkness, there remaineth but tears for me, and forgiveness for those of you who seeketh it.
Okay.
Where are the bereaved now? Where are the repentant?
Elsewhere.
How long since the long agony of this sacrament began?
I have no idea. I don't know how all the aging system is for this people. People seem to like live forever.
Now that your penance of silence and the pain that plagues your flesh has led you to my dark confession, let me purge the guilt you bear, and thus alleviate your burden. Do you wish to purge yourself of your guilt?
Yes.
So be it.
I have nothing right now, but sure.
The sacrament has been completed.
You got nothing.
Your guilt has been purged, but will remain my eternal burden. For that is my appointed purpose. Now go in.
Somehow I don't think I want to give you a lot of guilt. I got a funny feeling you get put, he like goes bleh if he gets too much guilt. Or you use them too often or too much. Also, I have no choice. I have literally... There's nowhere else to go in here. I can't reach. We'll just backtrack a second here, just to be certain. I haven't missed something that I could have got to. Hang on that one. That's down. Hang on there. Nope. Right. So I have no choice but to go down to unlock whatever I need to do to get more stuff. At some point I will probably meet... Actually, I'm going to save. Yep. At some point I'm going to probably meet where I need to finish my screen, because I have 3 pages. There are a few missing. I can't get out. Map. Press to open the map. Remember the place marker when you find something interesting. Okay. Question mark? There you go. I can't go anywhere down. Wait. Profundo Lamenton. What is... These are new enemies and they're weird. Easy to kill, but weird. Oh. And that one pull. Oh. Nope. Nice try, mate. The rock guys on the ground was bad at you, but that's why you do take much more punishment than they did. They don't give a lot of guilt. Maybe Ring. Nope, just you. Just Roy McFroyington. Stab him! Without the ability to... Oh, lovely. I'm going to need a heal. Yeah. Stuff above, I can't get it. Stuff below is gotta probably dudes. I've had to put markers on most of my things. At least I'm learning to parry. Not very well, but I'm learning. I got to get... Okay, it's gotta go up. I do not know who sculpted you, mate, but you're annoying. Plus, I can't go any higher because I can't climb. I cannot gain... Ooh, that's close. Any more elevation. So I can only go this way. Oh, there we go. Ha, touched. I wonder if I can look at the feather thing. I can't fall directly underneath you, I'm too close. I'm gonna wait to get closer and then kneel with a big... Yeah. Take that. And pate. I don't know if I'm going the right way or not. Direction. I'm going somewhere because I can't get across that pit thingy until I gain the ability to roll up walls. I cannot go up the wall. I cannot go across here. See the blessed name. I cannot finish crossing the city until I get the skill hidden down here. Ooh, heal. What are you? Right. Well, I can't get that until I learn what that is. You know what? I'm gonna mark this place on the map. Question mark. We have now questioned. And these guys respawn when you save. Good to know that all the efforts I've put in so far have been undone. Listen. Hello. Did I come at bedtime?
Sleep, my child. Sleep.
Okay, it just goes up. He has multiple arms. There's multiple arms here. Sleep, my child. Sleep. No answer. Okay, so I have not got what I need for that. Missed. I win. Marks of Martyrdom. Attacking and executing enemies allows you to earn Marks of Martyrdom, which can be used to upgrade certain characteristics of the Penitent one. You can earn Marks of Martyrdom by fighting and exploring the map. Oh. Hello.
Who are you, whose face and name you keep hidden?
I'm miming. Now what would you say if I actually learned sign language?
No. Your name is of no consequence if your footsteps have led you to me. Yerma is mine own.
Hello, Yerma.
But this is not the right moment. For the steps that my promise inspires are swift, and the will that directs them unshakable.
Okay.
This hatred, which blinds my reason with shadows.
Ooh.
I must leave at once.
Okay. You acquired Steely Battle Lance. Ah, weapon memories. You have now access to the weapon memories section of your inventory. Use Marks of Martyrdom to acquire advanced combat techniques. Track down bearer penitents to unlock techniques that are even more powerful. Bye. Nice meeting you. Hey. Lunge. You don't have no real on its first indicator. And with the Sacramento Scintilla, increases your Verdante Dresser, adding lightning damage to your attacks. Getting hit depletes your indicators. Piercing Retribution. Use the cross guard at the last moment to counterattack with a lightning quick thrust that will pierce through all enemies ahead of you. And Silverstorm. Press to unleash a barrage of thrusts. Alright, that's the case of okay, these all require me 2 points. Oh, we'll get Piercing Retribution, could I? Oh no, they're only 1 point each. I'll go for that. No, that's 2 points. Silver Cross. In mid-air, you can perform a quick cross slash with both the rapier and dagger, damaging nearby enemies. Okay, at least we got access to that bit now. Tip of an object of worship that was turned into a weapon. It delivered a violent and endless end to countless enemies, and memories of those deaths linger on. Its strength resides in the astral arsenal of penitence, in which it can be awakened. The night was dark and full of mist. Yerma saw her chance to climb in through an open window, breaking into an old church that discreetly oversaw a far corner of the village. A perfect night for her purpose. With cat-like agility, she climbed down a sculpture on the inner facade until reaching the cold marble floor. Nobody saw or heard her. She stepped into the temple's blackness, her eyes piercing every shadow in search of her objective. And there it was, on top of an altar at the end of the nave, a silver rod, an old sacred relic that had remained intact despite the centuries. It shone with a glow of its own, like some kind of living thing. It was said that the rod had been plated with an impossible alloy of oil anointed with silver. Yerma didn't hesitate. She slid from the shadows like a snake, took the rod, and felt its cold weight. That argent glow fleetingly reflected in her eyes, revealing them to be full of hate and thirst for vengeance. Nobody will ever know what happened to that holy artifact. Right, so we met Yerma here. I don't know what else to do now, so keep going. Oh! Oh, you're sneaky. Sneaky, sneaky. Hello. Ivy of Ascension. Cool. Ivy of Ascension. Some surfaces can be used to climb. Hold RT to cling onto these surfaces and not slip. Thank you, statue. That's what I needed to get my hands on. Well, that's better than trying to constantly press the that button. Scratched ledge sphere. Rosary beads. Equip rosary beads in your inventory to upgrade your characteristics of the Penitent one. Find additional knots to increase the number of beads you can carry. Or equip, I should say. So now we have all our tabs available. Scratched lead sphere. Slightly increases resistance to all physical damage. Sturdy metal ball. Embedded in the hollowed out wall of a study. The monk who forged it was beaten to death, and no one remembers its real purpose anymore. Okay, we'll get ourselves a... Oh, I say I can do that. Right, so if I'd gone down the normal way, I'd have met this bit at the end. I've been unable to go any further. Yeah, past the Irma spike dudes. Okay, I'm gonna need like a double jump or something to get there. I have no chance of getting there right now. On the plus side, I can now fully explore this territory. Now that was where sleeping kitty lady person was. Talk to you yet? Nope, no answer. I don't have what I need to make her talk. There's question mark place and the weird bell, but I don't have the thing needed to get past that. Blink. So now I can actually continue. Ooh. Oh. Okay, I like if I can slide down those. Well then. You missed. Oh, you beauty. We'll go this way because it's good. Oh, I like this little lightning that thing. Oh, I broke his back guard. Oh, it's gone now. So the more I hit people, the more that generates power. When it's at full power, I then can perform lightning step. Only until I... Ow. You can't hit me if I am right underneath you. I'm gonna keep grabbing to the wall, mate. Just keep moving until I punch you. Miss. Ooh! I don't know what these urn thingies are. I could reach them. I was gonna hang around for a bit longer. Oh, nice lock on that. Thankfully they didn't judge the range. I like the lightning effect. I am so gonna get my hands on more lightning stuff. Oh, I can go higher. Platforming. I am Raiden. I decide I am Raiden. Lord of Lightning. Alright, so this will lead me somewhere. I don't know where it leads me, but it'll lead me somewhere. I have found a lift. Oh, that lift goes down. I found the beach. Well, I went in the beach. I literally went down from above, and now I'm... You know what, I gave up trying to... Let's see, acquire them... forget that, need this. The Merabras of the Returned to Port. Take the Penitent one back to the city of the Blessed Name. Oh, that's empty. A chant of supplication to the Farolera, sung by sailors in need of aid. Oh, that's a handy thing to have now. It's stupid doing this, but I'm doing it anyway. I'm gonna go straight back up. Apparently we're going to the beach. That's gonna be here when I get back, right? I will use the Penitent song as returning home. Sea of Ink. Aye. The Forgotten Tribute. You know what? I don't trust that something bad is going to happen if I go any further forward. A coin that was used for many years as payment for the processions that travelled the roads at night time. These processions gradually died out, so finding a coin like this is a rare occurrence. The thick night mist snaked and curled around the lattice of the trunks and branches that made out of that forest. From that very fog that sticked to my skin like a clammy shroud did emerge the shadows. They marched in procession with a mournful parosmy, each one a bearer of their own lament and a grim expression, confused, wafting forward in death, seized by its sinister sight. I could not help but witness, frozen in place, as they slowly made their way towards me. Only then did the procession stop, the shadow guiding the group. The tallest and most tenebrous of them all bowed down in silence, showing me the palm of his bare hand. He was waiting for something. Petrified, I could but mutter a few vain words whilst my whole being shivered. It was at that moment that the piercing light of a sudden dawn broke through the entangled canopy of that forest, tearing apart both fog and spectre, making them all vanish before me. The sweet song of birds conjured away the deadly silence that had reigned before. I would never know what tribute that ghost of mist would have asked us for, nor if I will ever encounter them again. Oh, I'm leaving. Bye. Actually, I'm going to take care of something, folks. So I shall be right back. It is a very pretty game so far. yeah. I don't think I'm supposed to be here just yet. I'm fleeing. Profondo Lamento. Sculpture of resonant gravel. Pop. Okay, something else over here, so. Okay, pink one. Oh. Hey! They're just spawning on top of me. I think it's rude. What did I get anyway? Required empty receptacle. I did all that for an empty bowl. Glass vessel that contained the blood of flowing from the crimson flesh touched by the miracle. Used to increase the number of bile flasks. Ah, excellent, one of those. On hearing the young man question, the elder's gay young man question. On hearing the young man question, young man's question, the elder's gaze filled with melancholy. Yes, this church belongeth to a bygone age, one so ancient, so chaotic, that it's as if it wanted to disappear from memory. An age in which time itself decided to stop, in a perpetual sunset, and in which every man yearned only for the designs of the divine. But it so happened that the faith of those people faded, quietly escaping from their hearts year after year. Even so, this abandoned church still stands, its foundations as firm as ever, as if it waited for something, as if it refused to give up the faith so many have already lost. And the old man stood there, gazing at the sturdy stone, lost in thought. A small square hammer skills sculpture's tools, similar to this work would in its initial form. However, it is impossible not to conclude that many artists, using such small a mallet, must have sought to undergo some kind of penance or punishment. His last work, part 5. It was then that the sculptor, witness to the whole ordeal, was blinded by a radiance that grew from the pious visage of the lady, a flare so grossly incandescent that it condemned him to the most absolute darkness. The old man, blinded forever, yet in the midst of that deep blackness, a vision persisted, engraved with pure light, the most beautiful face he had ever laid his eyes upon. Quest item. And I got beat up for that. I'm gonna be grateful. I got beat up for that one. I'm coming about you sewer. Yeah, I keep getting in the way. Yeah, now so many. I'm gonna give him the hammer. Hi.
Pray, how can I assist thee, penitent one?
Have a tool. Have a hammer.
This mallet is so wonderfully balanced in the hand that it feels quite effortless to move.
Oh, good thing. Let's go for anything better.
Know that you have my gratitude, penitent one.
Excellent. So when I come back next time, this will be better.
May the hands of the...
I'm gonna go outside and come back. I want to see if this thing's changed. Did you do any work? He did. It's lower. You look like the lady I talked to. Oop. Nope. I can probably reach that building from here. Aqueduct of the Colossus. Right, so we can now access the Aqueduct of the Coastals. There's still more towns here, and then there's this. I'm not gonna leave here just yet, because there's more city to see. And I missed. Can I actually make that jump? Yeah. Fire! Nope. Ow. Thank God I got knees of stone. I'll break them. Like, I need to find a shop. Or something I can give my penitence. Not this time, I can climb you now. Haha. I rock. Oh, what's going on here? I can't open these, so... what's in here? It's all part of the... still part of the City of the Blessed Name, so... oh. Hello. I feed three cherubs.
Open up the skin and red flesh. Uncover the lie that my shell conceals, for I am only blood and bones.
Oh.
So allow the chalices to be filled with those who toast kings and priests.
No.
Now I shall grant thee a new flask.
Thank you.
Bring me more vials.
There you go. I did that for you. What did I do?
Bring me chalices and vials, and I shall fill them with mine own blood.
That's great. I did that myself. What does this actually do? I gave you a chance. I gave you a sacrifice. That's a blood lady. She has 3 cherubs. I think I've saved 3 cherubs. No, I've actually saved only 2 cherubs, so you got 3 cherubs anyway.
Bring me chalices and vials, and I shall fill them with mine own blood.
I don't know if I want it anymore. You went from being like this lady being punk thing to being really like you know. I don't even know if I want to go back in there again. I probably will though. Hey look, Bow Town. There's mirror thingy up there. Hello. There's a person on your back. Yes, I know. It's charming, really. Okay, so you know the person on your back. Whatever that is, I can't do anything with it.
Oh, blessed are we, for I behold a penitent.
I don't think the guy underneath you is happy.
Humbly allow us to present ourselves to your reverence. We are Medardo and Escolastico, pilgrim merchants and scribes by trade. You never know where precious assets may be.
I want the money to pay him for them.
What, pray, can be unjust or malevolent in walking the roads in pursuit of a twofold profit. That of the pocket by selling, and that of the spirit by prayer.
Hmm?
While Medado pays penance in his meditative meanderings, I take care of the business side of things, sparing not a drop of ink to write about the beautiful landscapes of the many varied paths we travel.
That's a shame.
But go ahead and cast your eyes upon our shop window.
Okay.
The objects that were lost on voyages have great appeal and fascination, as they have become a reminder of the feat itself.
That's great, but like, I feel sorry for the poor guy underneath.
Cast your eyes upon our shop window.
Will do. Will you let me? I can only afford one of these things. Galera of the Living Briar. Create a bolt of electricity that inflicts lightning damage. The Choir Master. Increase the chance of critical hits when using prayers. That's all you have.
Is there nothing of what a pity?
Well, I only have $3,000, dude. I'm supposed to buy one of them.
Blessed are we. Feast your eye.
Okay, I'll buy this.
Until our paths cross again.
You expensive people, you know that. Are we still in the... Nope. When they get Grillies and Ruin. He's going to literally bump people in the head with. Okay. I just want to see what they look like over there. So we have 3 paths open to us right now. Actually, no, 2 paths. Now, see, I can't go in here this way until I get where I need to open that. Now, a funny feeling that will be acquired here in the aqueduct of the Coastales. If not, I am in trouble. And then there's the door thingy here. I don't know how to get with that either. My morbid curiosity makes me want to go looking. You better not be worse off than the last few. No, you're the same. Okay. As long as you're not worse, I don't mind, okay? Peace your blood to kings and raise chance to raise princes, priests and kings. It's like, yeah, but no, they don't mean there's good people. There's something up there. Why did you jump up? Yeah, there's something up there. Don't know how to get it, but it's there. You're a confessional, dude. I do wonder if anything's changed, but now, if we go back in. Well, there's flowers. Is the guilt blooming? See, this is brand new, so I don't know any of the lore. I don't know any of the stuff for this game at the moment. I know the sort of laws in the last one, but they were, you know... I can't get that because I can't jump high enough. I mean, literally I can't do my usual jump thing. I didn't see any of those silver platforms on here, so I just think I just need a different way of getting up. The paths are blocked. The way is closed. I can only progress so far. Oh, okay, it's travel there. The artistry in this place is beautiful, but creepy at the same time. Right, what's the new enemies then? Oh, not new enemy. Behind you. Oh. Oh, it got me. I got Excavatus. Sword. Thank you. Can't make my guild any better. Oh wow, I got nailed twice by the same dude. Excommunications, baby. I need to do something about that guy. I'm not gonna use my miracle anymore, because... Okay, I got it. Your timing's horrible. There we go. Oof. Got that eventually. Bad that took me so long to do it though. Well, can't go over there, so whatever I need, I haven't got it yet. Going up. Oh no, you. Oh. Nope. I'm gonna heal twice. I gotta actually hold the direction I want to go in, which is fine, because it's better than one before. I now have lightning snappy zap sticks, so that's fine. I can't do it with a bell. Hey, stable traditional favor. Instant death spikes. What, I don't have my I do not know what you are, but you are creepy little skeleton things. Right. Got that. Just mind turning around so I can hit you. No, I'll carry this on my back for now. Okay, I'll just wait till you turn around. Ow. I don't mean being cocky. And he responded by being stabby. That death pit falls, even though there's stuff below me. Some weird sparkly glowy things there. Yeah, not that far away from that apparently. Okay, I'm actually probably miles away, so still. I feel closer. Oh no, you. I'll catch you there, but you can't get me. I do like this whole stab with lightning stick. And if I'm fast enough, I can kill those off before you can take a swing. I've got a miracle to take me home, so take me home. to the place where I will roam. I'm silent, so you can hear me. Take me home. Abbey Road. Okay, there's something there. I think I can get to it by doing... Oh, I do hope I can... Nope. Wait. Oh, yes! It doesn't instantly kill you! I love the fact I got an achievement too. Welcome back. Hello, my old friends. Stabby Stab Spikes. Yes, our old friends, Stab Stabbyson. You got me at that point blank. I'm all the way back here. I must kill all those guys now to get through and get my stuff back. I mean, I can also talk to Pendant like this dude, but... him, I have to go, it's a learning practice on how to actually do parry on him. All the animations are unique. Whee, I got Martin back. Okay, so they slowly build up. I have afflict them and mark a martyrdom. I see, it slowly builds as you go along, and that's what gets you the thing. Gotcha. A place I can't go yet because I haven't got the thing from. I don't have anything. Spikes don't just insta kill you. Bad touch. Ow. Caught me with a stab after I've healed. Get down here. Got you. Nicely done, I like this shot now. I have just enough further to be able to actually use my lightning. I pressed the wrong button. I pressed the wrong button, I went for that, I went for that. I should have went for heal rather than that. Just get you down there. Unfortunately, I have new heals. Files left to store my stuff with. Alright, so I need to go that up, back, to get my undo my guilt. we're still taking... Kill me by the same guy who got me last time. Plus I came in zone. Mine. You got me on a cheap job. There's a delay between that and that, so I gotta be careful. Hey, I've opened up something. Ooh, what are these? And shortcut? Maybe? Heal. Save. Cash. Good. What is it? Oh, it goes me here. Oh! Shortcut. Miss. Stab. I went. What's over here? Feels really to me. My turn. I don't think I can beat you just yet. Got you. I don't know who you were or what you were, but I got you. Garden of the High Choirs. Hello?
Penitent one of merciful steps, my golden mask weeps to see you before me.
Oh, that's good.
You are in the Garden of High Choirs.
Excellent. Is there a garden of low choirs, and is it easy to get to? I asked this most because it's a bit of a long street. Yes, there's a multiple drink out here. I'm parched. But yes, did he have a garden of low choirs? Just asking, in case I can get there faster. Because the high choirs was very hard to get to. It's funny, in the light of the control, that looks, the water's turned green.
I am another of the holy brothers of the golden visage, born of the miracle.
You did not get to go in the stick, did you?
Oh, tireless time that travels without delay and erases the past, conjuring up uncertain futures.
Yep, that does that.
Make us remember when the miracle imposed its dark punishment upon us, that which prevented us from soaring and traveling with the breath of the wind.
True, you used to fly around.
Penitent one, free my brothers who, by the designs of a miracle that already seems a stranger to us, are imprisoned and scattered throughout these lands under the gaze of the great heart that has risen on high.
Cool.
Only they will allow you to climb to the highest point.
Cool.
Help us by freeing more brothers, and we shall reveal to you what the tower holds at its highest point.
Okay. So I have 3 out of 33. I am one of them for the way there. You can open the door as well, could you? No, you got to go to the top for that. The key is on the other side. Oh, that's useful.
Help us by freeing.
Well, that's helpful, isn't it? Yes, well, you know, it was a design idea. Aqueduct of Coastals. Fall down, then you die. Probably. Or I just fall down to the lower screen. Right. We can keep going this way. I keep going up. Yeah, you just go bleh. I don't like you. Probably because I'm more stabby oriented rather than, you know, sweepy. Oh, you got the reach for me. Oh, you wait until I turn. You're waiting until I jump. Nope, healing. Thank you. Even now, use fireball. Ooh, I want to walk straight into that. Still got you. These are floaty heads that spit fireballs. That one. It's the one back there might be a bit of a pain. He's sort of keeping his distance. Down here. Scary little evil. Oh, that's a thing. You gotta stay there, ain't you? You couldn't go a little closer? Ah, I got you. I don't think I can get through there. I need the ability to dash with air. The only way I'm getting close to that one. Also, unless I can do this from here. Silver cross. The rapier and dagger damaging nearby enemies. That's locked. I need 2 to get silver storm, so I'm going to go and release a barrage of right button and that unleashes a barrage of thrusts. Suppose I get this. Galvanic Striker. Increases lightning damage inflicted. So this is a lightning damage type. I wonder if you pick the mace sort of one. It will be a fire-based attack. I mean, that's lightning, fire, sword, blood, maybe? Excuse my voice. Yeah, I do not have all the figures. I don't actually have a lot of anything, to be honest. Not a lot of health either. I need to find them candles. Oh, black swell thing below me. they respond. Respond? Respawn, or... They probably respond too. I can't get through. I got stuck. Well, plus side, at least I'm not all the way at the bottom. I think I need to drop a miracle block on him. Am I heading the right way or the wrong way for this? Nope, there we go. That's my dash. I keep using my dash button. Not the parry. Right, I need to figure out how to get past the bellboys. They're going to be the death of me. If these guys don't mean to it. Got ya. My guilt though is in a really awkward position because it's right in the middle of the bellboy fight, so see, actually no, I didn't go the other way. Oh no, because I can't go the other way. I'm attacking some reach on it. Okay, I just realized I'm putting footprints on the ground. Ooh, that was a good safe landing. Safe. I am not doing anything down there. That's a death sentence. He has to jump over him again. I actually didn't kill myself. I just said don't go down there because of the death sentence. What did I do? I went straight down there. That would add to my beast tree. Turn around. Whoop there. Ha. I can't parry you because I used some charging bull. So he was his little stone guardian thingy to destroy it. Nice to know. I need save point. really badly. The last one's down here. That's a long way from there to there. I didn't explore this bit here. Open the into a boss. Oh, I'm into somewhere. Welcome, Rashi to you. This is the sacred entomb. Oh, lovely. This is insane entombment. That's the one of the... Oh, I can't go any further forward. Can you get down here? Fight me like a phantom. I didn't go any further forward. I don't... I don't even know where they are. Why can't I use my flame thing on that floor? Want more of those in here, so... I need a save point, or I'm going to have to teleport back home very quickly. Please. Ooh, I didn't see that other one. Yes! Save point. Me! This is the entombment place. I don't even know if I get the thing I need here. Because he had everything entirely, and he went to head towards the embroideries. Crown of Towers. Now I think the embroideries were the second dude we saw on the list. I appreciate if I could kill these things. But you can kill them. Excellent, I'm gonna heal up rather than summon them back. Well, then again, you know what, now's the point, because I have to get my health back anyway. Wait, you two of the guys are the ones doing building these things. I am not happy if you are. How many base sculptors, dude? Come here. Yeah, this is only new game plus. This is a regular. I don't like these entomb guys. They just like raw. Right, I can block them, so that's good. Not very well, but I can block them. You want to get underneath them when they just start doing their thing. We'll just be on that person in the background moving. I can't get up there. Did I just hear everyone there whispering? Nope. Well, that is, I cannot break it. It doesn't count as hitting either. Oh, hello. Well, it's in the line, so this is going to be important. Ooh, my new weapon gained. Veredicto. Ah, so you can gain more than one weapon. Interesting. Veredicto is the most powerful weapon in your arsenal. Its long reach, wide arc, and devastating strength increases the chance of stunning your enemies. In addition, its attacks will generate additional fervor with each strike, and can be empowered by the flame of the sacred incense. Fire type. Abilities. Thunder Mercy. Hold down X. Embers of Faith. Change weapon. Your arsenal has increased. Tap LB to change weapon. You can rearrange the order and appearance in the inventory. Oh, I see. Oh, I see. So that burns further. But it hits. Right, so those are the weapons we saw at the beginning of the game. That means I have two different weapon trees now. Yes. I have two completely different weapon trees. So this one has Salamento and Scintilla. These guys on the other hand have is Veredicto. Ember of the Fate activates, stun adding fire damage to attacks in exchange for fervor. Once activated, it will not extinguish until the fervor is fully consumed. Tempered Flames. Press to turn off Veredicto, interrupting consumption of fervor. This display of temperance can even be performed in the air. So I literally go poof and then go poof, and put it out. Ignition Strike. Press after an attack on the ground to convert it into a powerful horizontal strike that turns Veredicto on and off. Crucible of Faith. Half the time required to charge a Veredicto. No, we'll grab that. I can't get any of these, I need to get more things. Let me charge you up with my new power. Ah, so that one can't do it, but this one can. And I changed landscape. Good, 'cause I can't jump up there. I don't know what's going on with that doing kind of jar, but I totally busted it. I had no chance to get back up there again. Without a double jump. Oh wait, why have I got a funny feeling of Veredicto's for this? Oh, Veredicto can do that. And only Veredicto can do that. The, yeah, it didn't hit hard enough. They go bunk. Whereas this guy, on the other hand, it wasn't an ability I needed. It was a weapon I needed. Which will allow me access to things in here. And here. I think so. No, I didn't see a bell there, so... Okay, so this... Okay, it's a very interesting mechanic. So you can't get lower until... Yeah, so we only go higher before, so I can't get lower until I lower the amount of sand in the area. Or I can't put it back and go up again. But there will be a mechanic. The game is very good at this. There will be a mechanic that allows you to go up. Oh, he's very good for this. Oh, he's very good for them. No, not you. Not you, so I don't have... Oh, it's a place for that. I don't have this ability yet to open those. Good to know. Oh! I see. So those things are liquid doors. Oh, that's intriguing. Verdicto. That door goes gone for good now. Yes, I think I broke it when I went through it. Okay, so right, so I can't bust through those doors because they're made of liquid metal. This will have some very advanced magical science, you know that. That is an intriguing trick. Oh. I have a better swing than you. Just gonna point that out. But, wrong way. That one adds sand to the pit. He's smaller. One removed the sand, and that one added the sand. Yeah, that way you can get them. Lift. Grow. You keep exploring all that, I don't care. I guess it would probably crush if it stayed in too long. So instead of sucking sand out, letting sand out, that one sucks it in. Entombing and burying the poor dude inside. Never just drop blindly down a pit. Until you get killed. Anyway, you big boy, man. You know, last one would have been so much more easier on me if I could just simply swing this thing and kill him. Because his reach is so big. I might have the beginning again. Alright, I need to be able to jump up high to get that. Okay, so coming back through the path on that side, you should be able to get around to there to go bong on that. We should then open the door and let you through here. I really get to get back to the... Ooh. I could get back to that save point, but teleportarium. Last one just had a hand. This time they got many hands. This one has improved. Swing that just in case. So where we popped out then? Well, whatever's required there is not yet gotten. Hello?
Find sisters.
Okay.
Find sister.
Find sisters. Can't attack her, so... Not sure what's going on there. You gonna be there when I come back? Yes, you are. Okay, so that is... Spooky Eye Lady. Gotcha. Just in case you didn't know who that was. That's a Spooky Eye Lady. Ah, if I get the mallet thingy, I'll ability to go boom on my own. I can open that door. But I need a bell for that. Boom, boom.
Bring me chalices and...
Can I, like, get a better thing for her if I don't bring her chalices? Bring me chalices and I'll fill my blood. Why are you not bringing me any more chalices? You want me to keep my blood? Well, you know, this is supposed to be a healing system for you. Yes, but I'd like you to stay healthy. Nope, that's open now.
Blessed are we. Feast your eyes upon.
Yeah, we'll buy you a thing for free.
We have no more items left, but you'll never know what may turn up on these paths. Pray, come back later, penitent one.
Or when you finish the boss, or two. At least one boss will have more stuff. Also, I can go to new places because I can do this. Wada! Not sure that one does. Let's go inside here. Hello? Yoink. Maybe this will spawn in later. Penitent one, are you stealing from people? No. Well, not particularly. Nah, it's not, I can't get across there without double jump. Okay, so this skull placey thing is opened up. I want to look in here now. Should we wave our hand back at you? Hello? And
Come closer and contemplate this delicate tumbaga. The embroidered shawls, the silk dresses.
come to me, my
You
child.
are in Rahima's shop.
Oh, that's nice. Is Rahima just a giant arm, or is there actually a body attached to you?
My goods are my home, my bed. They are as much a part of me as I am of them.
Oh.
You point, and this diligent arm will surely grant your request.
Oh wow, you have a lot of expensive stuff. Abandoned rosary knot. You are expensive, lady. Wax seed. In secrecy, the sleepless ones will arise for the one in need of genuine protection. A key item too. Earrings of regret. Increased resistance to lightning. Bead of whimsical essence. Magical resistance. Mystical instant. Deformed rat skull. Slightly increases martyrdom points earned. And then he's got a load of these guys. Health after execution, hadn't done that yet. Flagellant reduces penalties to accumulation of guilt. Increases further generated when attacking enemies. Bishop. Wow, you have a lot of stuff.
So,
And poor.
nothing here is of interest to you.
Well, you are.
Such a pity.
It's not that it's a case of no interest, it's a case of I'm poor. That's the problem. What do you mean? I'm poor. No, you're a penitent one, you're supposed to have lots of money. No, I'm poor the church mouse. Don't mistake my thing of penitence for being one of wealth. Because I am as poor as sin, mate. Anything here I can do with my newfound weapon? I go downstairs. Statue boy is still statuing. No, the only thing I can get to was being able to climb up there. Well, they did have a thing at the beginning. Yeah. Bonk. Bonk. Gotcha. I rock. Now there were a few things in here with that. And I could probably explore this place a lot more now. I think I got a weapon that hits harder too. And it's actually better at killing the things in the air. I'm not gonna save here just in case I can't do anything else. Oh wow, you hit. Oh, I don't block with him. Ooh. Oh, that's a thing. I don't block with this weapon. This weapon is all about the offense. So if you don't want a block style gameplay, he's non-block. He generates further, like his own Ma. Right, I don't have the necessary puzzle requirement yet to do that, though. Is it going to be lower down somewhere? Meet new lady? Where's my pet? Where's my feather? Ooh, got 2,000 tears for that. I cannot get through here. I need to turn my thing off. Hold on. Alright, so this is somewhere else. I don't know where it is on here, but it's somewhere. And wherever it is, I cannot get to because I cannot get up to this thing. So I don't have the ability to do that yet, but I have got more puzzle items available. This game rewards you for exploration, and it also rewards you for coming back. I mean, we now have a weapon that really, really hits hard. And works on these guys just... much greater reach. People don't mind him. Come on, turn around. Turn. I don't wanna. Turn. I don't wanna. Turn. Alright. Now, his thingy has not... he turns his on and off. Increase base defense. So he actually becomes... he's essentially... what he lacks in the ability to block or parry and attack, he makes up for in being a tank. So it boosts your defensive stat. So you build around him, you build for defense style. Let him handle the offense, you give him a lot of defense. That's right, I put down there. I was about to jump down. And I outranged them something chronic. Because oh, so much sweeter. We have 4 cherubs. I didn't even go down here. Oh, why did I do that? I ain't got no health for that. I outreach you. Oh, you turn around for that. Alright, so this... have I been through here? I must have. Yeah, top and bottom. So I got more stuff. Oh no. Touch the ground, you did. Ah, oh, I saved all the way back here, didn't I? I saved miles away. Yeah, I saved miles away. Oh, I did stupid. How much should we pay that guy to get my thing back? What he's doing that bit though? Haha. That's right, I couldn't go through here because I just couldn't hear the bell. So the only way I could get to there was to go down, around, up. Oh heck. That is a long trip. I wonder if it guys reaches all the way to the top. The only bell I know around here, so... oh, if I'd been a little faster, we'd have got that. Probably I gotta jump all the way over there. Actually, I'm a little... oh, you cheeky lady. Jump. Oh, do I have... okay, that's the only way I can do it, it's a dash. Or reduced the time of landing. Nope. Got it. Woof. Shut up. Ooh, better still. Ew, cheeky. I'm gonna destroy this thing now before I can jump up there. Cause I ain't got not I ain't got a lot of time there. Well, got this bit. The cloth of the old woman. Okay. A cloth belonging to the sprightly old woman who lives in the hamlet of the Golden Knots. Nice place. The cloth is mysteriously pristine, without a single thread out of place, despite its great age. 'Twas the most beautiful present she had ever received, a handkerchief of snowy silk, crafted with such delicacy it looked as if sewn from pure light. That cloth brought Castella feelings of warmth and calm, but also awakened within her deep curiosity. The present concealed something only she could barely perceive, something that was whispered in a language of embroidery and soft folds. Perhaps she just imagined it all. Say one thing, this game's got a lot more mechanics in it than its predecessor. And I can't do anything else, so I don't have anything for that. I mean, I could run back that way and up down, it's just as fast. Slightly actually faster than going from the bottom there and up. Of course, the other option is to drop down and go to town and, you know, pay the guy here a visit. But there's stuff here. At the same time, I want to get more power before I go start. No, I'm not. See, actually, that way is a better way. And I think there was more stuff to explore over here. Because there were things I couldn't do. I have less further available? Yes. Does it matter when I have a clod-hopping sledgehammer? No. Boom. I wonder if this actually has the gong guys. He doesn't have it. He didn't do the whole sweeping arc through the air thing because, well, he is the arc in the air. Nice shot. Damn it. I should wait for the gun to finish. I can't get up there. Oh, that's cool, but I see here now. Ow. 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 Didn't jump high enough. Ow! Didn't jump high enough. Blech. I'm gonna go back down anyway. And then pull the doors back. It is not because the doors are gone. I broke them. I done broke the doors. Ow. Great range and arcing sweep does make you very good for killing those. Bunny hop, bunny hop, bunny hop. Plus the fact I'm getting money and I might actually be able to buy something from the giant arm lady. My guild's below me, so... Ooh. No. Oh! Why did I skewer the guy? So, some attacks can leave your enemy stunned. When this happens, press L2 to there's LT, because Xbox controls here. But L2 to execute stunned foes. Defeating an enemy with this way grants you a fervor, Tears of Atonement, and martyrdom points. It won't say a fervor, it should say fervor, Tears of Atonement, and martyrdom points bonus. Oh, apply the bonus. That was awesome, though. The other one's down there. That was cool. He jumped on top and did like a vine thing with his gnarly hand, which I think is a I jumped, you did not jump. Sometimes when you're starting to get a little off controller. Oh well, killed that guy, so that in a awesome way, I might add. Like, wild thing with his butt. Can't get that yet, because I ain't got the ability to jump in the air. I need a dash for that. Ooh, I want to get in the face. And I need whatever he needs. One of the poison guys are weak to fire. I mean, it has run all the way around here. I can literally skip all this, go straight down. Well, this time, I am way better hitting you now. I should have gone this way. I like parries though. Actually, I don't like parries. I like other things, but that's neither here nor there. But I like the idea that I can parry. I completely wasted time doing that, but I did it. This weapon would have been so useful in the last game. There's nothing about that weapon I do not like. It may not have the ability to parry, but forget that way, because it belts on the head. Up, up. Bam. I can't go any further. Am I mistaken? And I've acquired the purified one. Your treasure is mine. Nothing too, because that was a pain in the butt to get. I can't. I don't think my dash is far enough for me to get across there. Go see the cherub dude, see how far I can get now. I mean, I've got 4 cherubs though, so I can't get that far. But if I just go straight back down again, double check to see if I can't go through here. But if I go straight back down, I should be able. I can go back into town and then get to here, and then teleport back to there. So that's fine. I'll go see the cherub. No, the downstairs I could go into, I didn't do it. I haven't tell this is actually connected to each other. But those are chocolate here, so I had to kill the guy here to get to the. Oh, you're back. Ow. That hurt. LTM. Yeah. Bonk. Hammer time. He comes back every time I kill Bristow. Hi. Boop.
Help us by freeing.
Climb higher and higher, higher. There's 33 steps. Well, thankfully we're going back to town, so I could drop down here, but it's technically counts as another zone. And I'm not running the risk of doing that and going split. I have to run the whole thing all over again. Oh, that has felt so much better. Reach. Sometimes I think that's all the Penitent one needed. That's a spike pick, good for you to drop in there. Ah, missed. Where are you going, Penitent one? I'm going home. Safe. I've got money. I love it, I know, but still. When you get the mid-air dash ability, then you can go to places. And I don't remember seeing them here. Oh wait, no, there was a door here. Which I couldn't get through because it had a weird gooey thing away. I'm not sure. Oh, I got. Wait, did I somewhere else? No, I got my guilt back. Oh, this stuff accumulates. Either that was just being mean and not getting rid of it. I might have to go talk to the priest boy. Hi. What's those executions of building up guilt? Hello.
Welcome back, Penitent One. The flowers of morning that bloom at our feet are nothing but your guilt made manifest and exuded.
But look pretty though.
But the beauty of each bud conceals a thorn in my side. A penance that I carry with exultation that brings me closer to my purpose. And perchance to yours. So, do you wish to purge yourself of so be it? The sacrament has been completed. Now go in peace.
Okay, I don't like the fact that my cloak waves and wafts in the air, even in a room with no windows. Okay, I'm now interested in what's going on with this room now. It seems to change. You better not like die on me or something.
Penitent one, return when the guilt. I will free you from your.
Okay, it might just get more and more expensive. But there might be other ways to get rid of your guilt. Also, I have got 2 statues. I should really go see the sculpture. See if this is like a combination or something. And they can only equip them here. Hello.
The wood is taking shape.
It is indeed.
I sense how its veins nourish a body that seeks to be wounded with my chisels and hammers, that yearns for the cuts and indentations that will free it from its coarse origins.
Nice. I wish to put another statuette, please. Oh, I bought him as well. Did I buy one? The purified one. Increases fire damage. No? Nothing you do? Okay, what about you? Maybe they have to belong to the same family. Nope. I have no...
May the hands of the...
Wait, can I give you the mementos?
Frey.
Never mind.
May the hands of the...
You keep on working, dude. Be a nicer miracle if I give you your eyesight back. But that's not what he does. Okay, so there's a door down there. All the way down here. Whee! You guys are no match for me. As I smack into one. Fine. I can now get through these. I'm going for range on this one because I lean forward when I attack. I'm being a bit cavalier. I mean, granted, these things are no match. Right, no point climbing out because I can't. Not where I want to go. There's me. Oh, I'll help me get both of you. Alright, this should be... Yes, that's where the gun blaze is. Boom. Right, so wherever this is, I need something to get me through here. Do you affect that? No, you really shouldn't go that far. Oh! Hello! No! hit me. I should really have saved the place also next to. Oh, it's a long way trip back. Actually, no, it's not. I saved here. Ah. Actually dropping down here. Cross. It's not a bad trip actually. Whee! Zoom! No. They're stranger ones. Like the statues who reach out with their hands. So I got a lightning version now to deal with. So, oh, that means I can do the puzzle back thing because I used the lightning sword one to go pew 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 pew. Right. Oh, I had a chance to stun him. Game with execution. I don't know if that increased my penitence or not. And that's the question on that one. I don't know if I increase. I get guilt for that. I'm going to save here because it's a little easy getting back. My lightning sword goes bonk, bonk. Right. Bonk. Bonk. Ow. The mace hits really hard. You hit the mirror and go. Okay, we got a new zone here. Woo! I am exploring. I don't know where I'm going. Or what I'm doing. But I found Lightning Boy and that wasn't fun. Okay, I need like to be able to go boing boing boing. Street of Wakes. Oh, lovely. Beer throwing nutties. I am not staying here. This looks like the streets of bad things. I don't like bad things. I like good things. I like things to be pleasant. I'm playing a game where I literally have a thing called lamentation. I am a walking contradictory. Don't know what's going on down here. Mother of mothers. Oh, I may regret this. I may not. Well, you seem familiar. Oh, so that's still not good gun. Mother bells. How long is this thing? Alright, it's a whole zone. I don't know where I'm going here, but I have found this place. Apparently it's 50% of the map. Go figure. Wait, this place feels very awfully... The name City, is this where the original... Oh, this could be where the original... Oh god, I can't remember the name of the place now, but this was where the original Mother of the Free. I can't parry. I can't go across here, I need a doohickey for this place. I can make it right. Yeah, this was the original game took place. The first one. This would have been where the Great Bell was. In fact, there it is in the background. Hit me. I'm jumping and saying it had a fatal glitch there, just attack me or something. So this was the original game where the Great Bell used to be. It's more on curiosity than anything else. Oh! Wait, I heard this was like... Hey, that's the guy... Oh, that's the guy who used to walk around. I found a sister. And I've heard that weird, creepy muttering somewhere else. In the earlier part of the level. I didn't know what it was doing, sorry. Oh. Still, it's a nice little throwback. Don't. Oh. So they became the name, the city, this Profundo Lamento, the holy city of the blessed name, is built on the ruins of the Mother of Mothers churches. Interesting. Oh, you're back as well. Kill me. Technically I saved on the... Wait, did I save downstairs? I saved downstairs, didn't I? Oh well, I'll just escape from here now again. Later, Frog Boys. I need to get improved or more biome flasks. I don't bother explaining why he now has branch-like tentacles in his arm. On the plus side, my guilt should be right here. Now, did health reset? It does. Now, here you go, Michael Man. He's on this side of the wall now. And I saved Creepy Lady's, sister? So, anyway, you hear the... Is, where you go? There you go. So when I get down to going to the Church of the Mother, which will probably be something I need to do at some point, that's how I get there. I actually hold into the plate. Oh, got my parry. You know what? This was just as good as the other one. What's just as good? Over him, you got dodge. But he hits so hard, it makes no difference. It's so hard and it hits so weird. I gotta go that way. Oh, and nope. Boing, 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 boing. Oop, too high. Try again. He kind of just like climb. You think you would be able to, but he only goes for one hand. Hey, 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 hey. Okay, I found a sister. Do you talk to me now? Fine, sisters. Help. Hi.
Find sisters.
Okay, but you don't tell me how many there are. Oh, giant, creepy, one-eyed lady. Right, so I can't remember where you heard the whispers. I think it was in the, sanctum place. I put that in? I did. Remove. I now know what it is. Also, we can actually do the thing on the other side of town because I've now learnt that we bonk with the mallet and then jump with the thingies. And if we get some more money, I can buy something from you. Is that so? Yes. And why didn't you do it before? Because I must pour the church mouse. Oh. I do feel like there's something else I can do over here. But... oh, I don't have to do with the whole puzzle again. Lovely. Are you sure you won't buy even more from us? No, because I'm going to make the old lady angry. Yeah, I need to be able to dash me there. you have anything for a grand? For 10 grand? I mean, anything.
You point.
Okay, buy those. But these are the more important ones.
Here among my wares, I shall await your return.
I feel like if you like buy everything, you like come back and find her just completely exposed. You know, all her regalia and everything, looking very pretty. Now I'm curious. I've just bought a lift down. Where do you go? Where do you go? The lift. I want to know. Will you be my lift? I'm a heel. I'm still in the city. I'm just running across the rooftops. Hello. Aha, that's how I get over here. Okay, this implies that there is more. That you can go higher still, and there's more up here. Probably the rosary bead lady. Hello. Aesthetic novice. I'm just getting ready to attack something. I mean, the shadows of this walking forward and backward animation don't quite match, but that's, you know what? I can live with that, and that's fine. Could get that, and that would be the last of his abilities. But here's the beautiful thing about this. I'm generating them. I think. Immaculous. Alright, oh, that's the amount of guilt I'm generating. Okay, so my guilt builds up. Good to know. Right, beads of whimsical essence, increase magical damage, mystical damage. What do you say? A small glass bead that constantly alternates between existence and memory. The substance changes before the eyes of any observer. Becoming sorry about that. Becoming ethereal one moment and completely solid the next. We also have more collection of figures. I didn't do the purified one. Here we go. These are going to be long speeches. Yeah, I'm going to drink before I do this. The executioners waited until the ravenous flames devoured the condemned before approaching the stake to collect their charred remains. Amidst the cindered wood and ashes, they found the body of a woman, untouched by the fire. Her skin, while cold and pale as marble, looked pure and unblemished. Awestruck were the executioners by this finding, and long they wondered who the saint was, as it was clear that the divine will of the miracle had protected her flesh from the pyre. They would never know, but her body, still preserved and immaculate, rests within the most delicate of urns. This beautiful work of glass and silver, placed in the bowels of a crypt, under a church erected in her honour. Right. And the choirmaster. Pay no heed to his words, as he is but an old and deranged friar that every night stayed out on his balcony, convinced that the great chorus awaits him to start a magnificent concert. One day, during his habitual walk, he wandered deep into the forest to pray, coming back a changed man, as if his mind had returned to a more joyous, more hopeful era, said the woman to the stranger as her gaze lingered on the sympathetically over the fire. The old man gestured endlessly to the air, a smile uplifting his withered face. And the ascetic novice. It was that day, during the morning prayers, that I felt something was wrong with the sisters. I found them pale and tremulous, overwhelmed by the sudden burden of a terrible secret. Mother Superior called me to her presence, ordering that I must remain within my cell to pray, and so I did. Shortly after, the noise of hammering at my door. Realizing they were sealing me within, I cried out, but nobody answered. I have barely survived since then, sustained on breadcrumbs delivered through cracks in the door, upon muddy water from an old clay pot. The convent has fallen into sepulchral silence, broken occasionally by slow, heavy steps that can now be heard down the hallways. Someone, something, or someone has taken over this place. Please, whomever finds this writing, please have mercy and set me free from this nightmare. Alright, so the one who didn't go to the thing with the rest of them. Right, I'm here again. I gotta check the combinations out in case I can find one that works.
Pray.
I have no... Okay, let's try... you and him? Oh, we got something. Any source of elemental damage. Nice. You and him. Nothing? Nope. The static noise and him do not react. Oh well. 25% on that one is fine by me.
May the hands of the miracle...
So if you gain the right ones, you can create some really nice combinational bonuses. That one, for instance, made any elemental damage better. It still feels like there's more up here. In fact, there is, because this is the place over the building here. It is not the one over here. That one is still yet to be gotten to, so I still need an ability to get there. Oh wait, there was a gong doors over here. I shouldn't, but I'm really interested. So pass, strange. He might get killed just by building on his own. I didn't double jump, I just didn't touch the floor. Yeah, this thing's way stronger. And it has knockback. Well, I can't get there because I need to get through that, whatever that is. Unless I burn it my way through. I don't see how. Give it a try. Nope. Play it straight through, then you touch it. Right. Now I know the gong place is a little far back still. get past Flash on the whale dude, which is fine. So it should be the next thing over. Right, this is that for him. Okay, so there's not a unlimited number of executions. I need something there to go up. Right, so whatever I need to get to there, I need to get from another direction because there's no gong. Or I need to get a gong from somewhere that hits that door. Right, exploration's over. We need to get a lot of points for this. Oh well. Now it would be nice if this turned out to have more secrets because it looks like it's got more thing. Reposit of the Silent One. Ooh, boom, boom, boom. Right. I'll probably save back in town and then we'll teleport over to the other place. Yeah, that works. We can't get to that building there because we don't have the ability to do so. It does feel like there's more people in town. Now what's my penitence like? It's only at 4%, so I don't want to do another penance drop with the guy. Again, tend to see what's actually changed. Or just gets off. I don't want to spend too much money. At the same time, I don't want the guilt to rack up. But it's not doing too bad at the moment, so that's some sort of flaw I can get. Into the hands of Teleportarium. I can't go anywhere else, I only have 2 locations. Now I haven't actually fully explored this place yet, because there's still zones to get to. But I can't do that until I have gotten something from here. I think I got the middle lane down. Yeah, because this one I got a way down because it's sealed up. I'm so glad I can kill you guys easy. Right, that's why I got to last before. I don't know if there's anything new in here actually. The sand's dropped. Yes. There's a bell room there. No. No, no, no. Whoop. Kill. Oh, they didn't blow me out. And go broken bell. What's that do? Increases mystical being by slightly. Doesn't matter, we got more loot. And more places to go. that requires something else, and that's the tree thing. Go away. Strangely psychotic monks. Alright, there'll be more of those hand thingies here. I don't know what's going on with them, but... Ooh, kill them easy enough. Another one that's self-sacrifice, that does the whole kamikaze or blast thing. Probably mystic damage. And we popped out down here. Now. That's where I would have got to if I had simply kept on going down. We need more money. There's a... Yep. So that's where it gets to if you keep going down. Okay. So there'll be another one of those little bell thingies, long ones that drop the sands deeper. Go away, you psychotic monks. I'll take me out for... Oh, wait, there was. It was, over here, when I was going down for this thing. There was someone going... Which means secrets. Alright, there's an altar thing that will raise the sands here for a second to make these... to make this go up. Otherwise you won't be able to get you. Oh, I signed those there so easy to get rid of now. Ow. Oh wow, I just realized my health. That psycho monk, exploder monk took a lot of health out of me. So I can't get them until I go up. And that's the time doll. Ow, thank God I healed earlier. You know what? This hammer's mace is great. This is just cheeky. How did you get me? He attacked you from below. One of these places. I know we always spawn now, but we at least got a save here, so that's good. So there's some sort of puzzle thing that lets you go up higher or move things around. Excellent, so we can now go up. No. Ooh, what if I can get to there? Thank God they're quick kills. Yeah, that statue's broken now. can't get in here. Wonder that. We have got stronger, so yeah, doing damage. Oh, we can't go to the edge. We need something to get out of the room. Funny feeling if I don't do something quick. The only thing is you'll never get up here fast enough. No, 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 no. Time drops there. Fire can send either doesn't drop. Yeah, we're here now. And here is a little high up, I think. I can see that if it was a double jump, you can get to that thing. That's the only way I can see you getting there. Too late, hang on. Me. No. Oh, that's cool. Gotcha. So, when this weapon goes that, it goes slap. And this weapon goes, and he throws down in front of him. I don't think I have ignition strike, which is yeah. So you do a bang on them immediately after, so there's a combo. Bonk, bonk. You know what? I'm going to increase my base defense because it'll make me last longer. I like that. Okay, so straight down. Whee! Oh no, it's one of these things. Nope, they don't jump anywhere near high enough. Yeah, I don't know what they actually do. Just don't want them to do anything. Oh, lovely. Oop. Nope, I failed. This is the best spot to fight him. This one hits harder, but it's a slow weapon. Whereas the other one, that's a bit of sound. Woohoo! Sweep. Unfinished lullaby. Ooh. Maybe this is what the lady in the saying "Shh, sleep, child" wants. A fragment of a lullaby written by a mother, intended to soothe the cries of the innocent one. Sleep, my child, sleep. Don't cry, my voice sings to you. Okay, I think I have something I need to turn in. Oop. And one more. Turn that off, please. Still pull the treasure house. Excellent, that links me back to the middle. Moving here. Right, if you don't, that's a pit. I don't know, self-destruct, just don't self-destruct near me. Okay, so something at the bottom of this section, which we now access. I really should find a safe point. Right, I need something. A different ability, a different weapon or something to punch through this bit. So I'm going to mark you with... Yeah, I'll put that on because that'll be slightly secret. There's one above and there's one there, so I can't get through either of them. I also can't get out the eye. So, there's that. Well, that one might be a case of access from above. Do anything else, but okay, so hopefully. Oh, lovely. I'm gonna die. Oh, he clipped me! He clipped me on the back end of his headbutt attack. Well, not too far. I can't get through there now because it's sand sealed. Out of the way. Ooh, this opened up. This opened up. I don't know what's going on with this stuff. But yeah. We are actually over time for the stream. I haven't even fought the first boss yet. Which is there. So you know what, I'm gonna hop across, do this, get the save set up, and the next stream, it's boss time. I can't even get up into this thing because I need to drop the thing from above. And for that, I need that thing to go hop hop and hop into the milker. I need a scale. Yeah, I can just pop you from here, so it doesn't matter. Go away. Oh, it's actually not a dead end. Just a... I thought it would be a death pit. It's not. Again, I don't actually know what they do. Go and find out either. How gracious, it doesn't actually put your guilt in the same room. They're not in sync. Ow. One of them being there will be right anyway now. One down. No. Why did you apply for the job to live it? Do this? I didn't apply. What do you mean? Yeah, because the actual boss fight thing is below me. I was talking about this really... Oh, hello. She's here. Give up. Ooh, can we actually ask you to help? Excellent. That's me for next time. Wait, what do you mean next time? Well, you know, next time we come here, we'll fight the fight. But you have a different theories going right now. You got the bro force thingy going right now. Yeah, but you know, I could technically change that out for this one, so. Ooh, we got it's a quick verse. Excellent. So, okay, we gotta fire this off. Also gotta leave it. A verse dedicated to the black thorn that, piercing the flesh of a storm cloud, made it bleed thunder. Boom. Okay, fun. But I won't get for the big guy's armor though. Right. We haven't picked up any of the... We're going to beat one of the Guardians and get something, so one of the first marks, but then we've got more dudes to kill. I've only completed 20% of the map. There's still big, huge, heaving chunks of map I haven't even looked at. Part of me wants to run in there right now so I can see what the boss looks like. At the same time, we've been going for nearly 3.5 hours. Yeah, we're going 3.5 hours. I'm going to do a quick save. And when we come back, folks, we shall pick a fight with the first actual boss of the game. Technically, we had a mini boss. Actually, we had a boss. So the first, progressive boss of the game. I am still Immaculatus, apparently. Go me. Though the higher that goes, the higher the martyrdom point, the more martyrdom points you can get. And apparently you can hold... It takes 40 before I get my next level. My next one. But, that's all for next time. So until then, folks. Until then. I'll catch you all later. In silence, penitence. See ya.